So you're looking for the best miter saw, eh? Look, there's a lot of things to consider here. In this very long video, I'll help you with which features, which applications, and which saws perform the best in the most recent reviews. First, let's break down each of the main types of miter saws, their uses and features to match your needs. I'd say blade sizes are pretty important. Standard blade diameters are 7¼ inch, 10 inch, and 12 inch, with a few 8½ inch sprinkled in there from time to time. Larger blades like the 10 and 12 inch are perfect for long, thick cuts like rafters or wider crown molding, but they'll need a powerful motor which makes the saw heavier. Naturally, smaller blades like the 7¼ inch or the elusive 8½ inch are ideal for precision cuts on lighter materials. If you're working on and off job sites, these smaller boys with sliding capability can offer somewhat similar cutting with much easier portability. Speaking of portability, weight is key. Trust me, I would know. The balance of portability and power keep getting better and better, and in 2024, miter saws have a wide range of options. But to keep it simple, if you hate circular saws and want to carry around a miter saw, your best bet is the compact side, weighing around 30 to 40 pounds. If you're looking for stationary shop use, you'll benefit more from the heavier duty 12 inch options that can get up to 60 pounds. When it comes to power, smaller blade miter saws are often cordless and need less power to get the job done, typically around 9 to 12 amps to match the power of a corded model. Larger saws like the 10 inch and 12 inch models average around 13 to 15 amps corded. Cordless tech has improved and it's continuing to improve, so even larger saws that are battery powered today are more than powerful enough. But using all that juice, you're more likely to have runtime concerns. Speed is another factor that is sometimes mistaken for power or torque. On average, a 15 amp 10 inch saw hits around 5,000 RPM, while a 12 inch saw spins around 3,800 to 4,000 RPM. Smaller blade saws can reach even higher speeds since they require less power to spin faster. However, RPM does not mean power. I repeat, RPM does not mean power. These are no load speeds, which means it's just simple gearing. And I don't know, maybe they do it for a marketing claim, or it's just simply a bad design. Either way, this can be disastrous because these saws can start doing heavy work and they'll stall out, and that'll give you all kinds of damage. But the important thing to remember is that RPM is not torque and torque is not RPM. The biggest factor in capacity after the blade size is the sliding feature on a miter saw. These saws have their blade and motor mounted on metal rails. This is what allows you to push the blade forward for wider cuts. Sliding miter saws are the best in cutting wide materials and are ideal for cross cuts and miter cuts. Now, keep in mind, traditional rear slide models need space at the back, and that can be a challenge in tight workspaces or shop design. Front-facing slides, most notably the Festool Capex, solve this by keeping the footprint compact, but will also hit your wallet pretty hard. Bosch's Axial glide mechanism is the unique one here. Their saw has a 3-axis arm for a truly space-saving sliding good time. Don't get me wrong, this isn't a new feature or anything. It's been around for nearly a decade. But hey, it has shown over time this arm does stay true and it's proven a great solution. The heavier arm does add weight, however, and basically can't scale down in size. Not a great option for you portable folks. If you're not needing the fancy slider options, there are plenty of reasons not to choose a slide miter saw, like saving on cost, smaller sizes, and lighter weight. The DeWalt 12-inch fixed miter saw I think is about half the cost without the slide action, so if you're just doing basic framing or trim work, you don't need all the sliders and capacities of the bigger guys. Less moving parts means less to go wrong. Also good to note, the longer the slide rails, the more blade movement when fully extended. We've seen some lower priced, lower quality slide miters get really sloppy with long slides. If cost is a big driver for you, consider going without the slide feature and get a workhorse from a trusted brand that will be accurate. Next up is cut capacity, more specifically, miter and bevel options. Most all miter saws feature miterability. That's obvious, right? Most have a gauge to pivot the blade left and right on the front of the saw. The bevel options, where the whole blade tilts, will come either as a single bevel or dual bevel option. Since the motor housing is typically next to the blade, even a dual bevel, it's important to remember these will not have the same capacity tilting each direction. The compound miter saw feature is basically a simple way to say it can do both miter cutting and bevel cutting at the same time. Technically, calling something a compound bevel miter saw is just repeating itself. Then there's the sliding compound miter saw, the one saw to rule them all. You get the extended reach of a sliding saw with the versatile angles of a compound with bevel and mitering. These saws practically give you everything all at once and are great options for shop use or on the job site. This full feature mix is now a standard for the pro miter saws. Cut line options options also come into play. Lasers were popular first, but offer some drawbacks with increased cost, more prone to failure, and needing to understand if the line is showing on blade left, center, or right. More common on newer models is the shadow line. This mystic name offers the huge benefit of LED work lights right on the cutting area. Obvious benefits of being able to see what you're cutting, and then when the blade is coming down, you can see a super accurate line of where the blade will hit before it even touches the material. This will show on the left and right with a full kerf as the shadow. And a good tip, make sure the shadow is on the scrap side, not the keep side. Made that mistake. Dust collection is another important consideration for miter saws. Unfortunately, most options are not great. The bags are minimally effective and only if you clean them out often. The built-in vacuum ports do a little better job, at least removing a fair amount of sawdust in the air. However, the bigger bits typically don't get sucked up. The slide function on most saws also makes it harder to collect sawdust because you can't put a big scoop behind the blade as you are dragging the blade across the material. The most effective solutions for dust collection for shop use involve building the miter saw into a larger miter saw station that works to collect all dust created in the general area and tie it to a much larger shop vacuum system. Simple, right? But if you're on the job site, either work outside or connected to a vacuum. Either way, a good old-fashioned broom is still going to be required. If you want to get some ideas on how to actually improve dust collection on your existing saw, watch the video The Best Miter Saw Dust Collection, period, from Inspire Woodcraft. Blade flex can be another consideration. Many prefer a 10-inch miter saw over a 12-inch saw because in certain harder material, there is concern how the blade will perform. Of course, a big part of any saw cutting is the blade itself. Thicker kerf blades can keep a blade from flexing, but that requires a more powerful saw or a smaller blade. There are hundreds, hell, probably thousands of blade options to consider if you really want to get into the weeds on precision cutting, but this video is already long enough, so we just won't get into that right now. Other accessories such as zero clearance throat plates, upgraded clamps, and rails can make your miter saw safer and more precise. There are typically far more advanced features for repetitive production work. If this is something you need and want to dial in a production miter saw, give the Ohio Power Tools sales team a call. We know our stuff. So which miter saw performed the best in testing? There are a few head-to-head tests we would recommend. One of our favorite testers online would be Toolbox Buzz. Rob and the team do an amazing job of getting all the models and building rigs to get the facts. These are also all professional tradespeople who know how to use the tools they test. While a couple years old, these gals are still current for the most part, so check out the head-to-heads with DeWalt, Milwaukee, Bosch, Makita, Metabo, HPT, and others for the best compact cordless miter saw. Another really good video out there is the best 10-inch cordless miter saw, but this is just between Milwaukee, Makita, and Metabo, HPT. Or you can check out the best 12-inch cordless miter saw between DeWalt, Bosch, Makita, and Milwaukee. If you're looking for another option, hop over to Pro Tool Reviews where they name their picks on overall miter saws in categories of the best cordless miter saw, the best miter saw for woodworking, the best 10-inch miter saw, best compact miter saw, best value miter saw. Now this list is a little more subjective as they don't specifically test them against one another, but the team has done several true head-to-heads in the past, so there is some solid backing to their picks. It's worth watching. We have all the links to the videos and more in that description below, but before you click away from us, let's check out a few models worth considering from Ohio Power Tool. First, we have the Bosch 12-inch dual-bevel axial glide miter saw model GCM12SD, highlighted as one of the top-rated and top winners in the head-to-head videos. It's corded, runs at 15 amps, and operates at 4,000 RPM. This saw's axial glide system offers precision and saves space, allowing you to place it flush against the wall. It's built for dual-bevel compound cuts and is ideal for trim work, offering a max cut of 2x14 at 90 degrees. Weighing 65 pounds, ideal for shop use, it's available for $649. For those needing excellent dust collection and high trim clearance, this Bosch is a top choice. The DeWalt 12-inch dual-bevel sliding compound miter saw model DWS779 is a classic corded choice. This 15-amp saw cuts through 2x14 at 90 degrees with ease. And with a price around $599, and it even goes on promo from time to time for less. It's a great pick for the corded slide. The SKILSAW 10-inch dual-bevel sliding compound miter saw MS65305-00 is a very solid performing corded saw. Powerful 15-amp motor, LED cut line, 2x12 at 90 degrees, very budget friendly option at only $249. It's not in the head-to-heads, but 731 Woodworking has a good video overview on it. There was a recent launch of the DeWalt 60-volt FLEXVOLT 12-inch double bevel sliding miter saw model DCS781B. This cordless beast runs on a 60-volt battery, replacing the previous 120-volt FLEXVOLT saw, ideal for cutting thick baseboards up to 6.5 inches vertically. It's priced at $6.99 without a battery. It's powerful enough for the toughest jobs with the flexibility of cordless. Another more recent release for the cordless 12-inch miter saw to consider would be the Flex model FX7141A at $5.99 bare or $7.99 that includes a 10 amp hour stacked battery. This saw brings serious power and runtime with great feature mix. One of the most portable 12-inch options for the job site, but it has another trick which I believe should be the standard. This saw can also become a corded saw with their power adapter FX0511. This means an all-day runtime where you can save your batteries for the other tools, but if you find yourself without power or working from the truck bed, no problem. Use cordless power. Check out the tool review zone video in the description on this one, but we can't wait to see how it performs in the next round of head-to-heads for the 12-inch miter saws. For Milwaukee enthusiasts, there's a Milwaukee M18 Fuel 10-inch bevel sliding compound miter saw model 2734-20. Powered by Milwaukee's Forge batteries, it offers over 500 cuts per charge, making it ideal for extended on-site work. At 45 pounds, it's lighter than most 10-inch models, priced from $4.99 for the tool only. A very popular option for job site portability that also offers full power and larger capacity. This one is often paired with a folding stand, and that part number is 480805551. Next is the Bosch PROFACTOR 18-volt Surgeon 7.25-inch miter saw single bevel slide model GCM 18V07SN. Compact at only 26 pounds, the saw is perfect for trim work and small wood projects. With an 8.25-inch crosscut capacity and priced around $349, it's budget friendly and user friendly. Finally, the Milwaukee M18 Fuel 7.25-inch dual bevel sliding compound miter saw model 2733-20. This is another compact choice with a speed of 5,000 RPM and priced around $449. Perfect for job sites where portability is a must. It is very compact and only 28 pounds. Alright, so whether you're looking for portability, power, price, or precision, there's a miter saw that will meet your needs. Understanding each type of saw and its strengths will help you choose the right tool for your projects. If this video is just giving you more questions, feel free to call the Ohio Power Tools sales team with those questions. We are here to help you find the right tool for the job. Thanks for sticking around with me for this very long video. See you next time. If you have any other questions, leave us a comment or give us a call or send us an email or write us a letter. Whatever you prefer, just get a hold of us and we'll help you out. If you're looking for even more content from us, subscribe to our channel or check out one of these videos here. Thank you for watching. Now get back to work. Check out the tool reviews. I hate your name.